Hi, my name is Cheri, and I would say that you are in my kitchen because eventually that's where I want you to end up. And eventually I would like to have another YouTube channel. This one is Cheri's Cards, and I'm going to have one that's Cheri's Kitchen. But I haven't filmed anything because I keep thinking I'm going to do another YouTube channel that breaks off of this one. It'll be in the same. That's one of the things. I'm not quite sure. I've read a little bit about how to get another one in my same thing, and I haven't had time to do it. I've been so super busy. And you know, sometimes getting things done is better than getting them done perfectly. So at this point, I'm just going to get this done, and sometime in September, when my life slows down a tiny bit, then I will have a new channel. And once I get that up, then if you're on my Facebook page, I will tell you, and you can go subscribe over there. And over there, then you will actually be in my kitchen, and I will show you a little bit of things that you can cook, and some meal plans, and some quick recipes, and some healthy things. So we will move from my studio where I am now, where I usually film my YouTube, because this is comfortable to me and it's just easier to do. My setup, I know how to do this. So for now, I'm going to go with what I know, and eventually I'll help you get moved over there. But today I'm going to introduce you to a little bit of the Epicure catalog and some of the Epicure products. Epicure is a company that has been in Canada for 20 years, and it just started in the US on August 20th, which today is the 22nd, I think. So it's been going for 2 days. So I have been able to get a little bit of stuff in my kit that when I signed up to sell it. So I'm going to tell you just a little bit about it, just like a little introductory offer. I've been with Stampin' Up!, and those of you that watch my videos normally on my channel, for 25 years. So I've been doing Stampin' Up! For longer than Epicure's even been in Canada. And I was one of the first demonstrators in my state way back then, before the internet even existed. So it's exciting for me to be in on the ground floor of another great company like this. And it's fun too that it's got the cross-border opportunity this go around. It's a whole new world from when I started with another company 25 years ago. But Epicure is, I'm going to kind of show you the different things that it is, because it's kind of hard to explain because it's a lot of different things. So first, you can see it's got a good food mission. There's a list of things that are never ever in any of their products. It's a never ever list. And all of this is on my Facebook page, and it's Cheri's Kitchen. So you can go over there. I figured Cheri's Cards, Cheri's Kitchen, so you can see my little theme going here. But it's good food real fast is one of their slogans. So basically, if you get home from work and you have a half an hour to cook, they've got meals where from start to finish, 30 minutes, you have an entire meal. It's all super healthy, you know, if you choose to go the healthy route. But everything that's in it is GMO-free, nut-free. Most of it's pretty low in salt. So I'm going to show you just a few of the products that I have, and then there are some recipes over on my Facebook page, and I will show you a couple of the things that have been our favorite so far. And I have an order that I will be placing, my first, on Sunday, because we weren't able to order anything from the 20th, and then this week I've just been too busy to put in an order. So I've had my first little cooking show with my daughter at home. So I'll kind of flip through the catalog as we go through some stuff. So here's like one of the products that I love. This is called Summer Berry Sweet Dip Mix, and a lot of things say that, you know, they're for dips. Kind of think, you know, ranch mix, where we, especially in the United States, we do a lot of stuff with ranch mix. I don't, because ranch is not my thing. Or, you know, like Italian dressing, where you can like use it in a lot of things. But when you look at the ingredients on those, a lot of times it's not good for you. It's just some chemicals and preservatives, and maybe that's why we're living longer, because we're preserving ourselves. But this is a sweet dip mix that we have not yet made dip with. I will tell you, you can see the jars are filled super, super full. And this one I have made a double recipe of cheesecake with. And the other, our favorite thing to do with it has been, I make homemade yogurt once a week. I make a giant batch of yogurt for my family. And so right now we've had fresh peaches from the orchard every week during the summer. So we've just been cutting up fresh peaches, putting on unsweet yogurt with some vanilla stirred in, and then we've been sprinkling this on top. And the ingredients in it are organic cane sugar, raspberries, hibiscus, strawberries, and organic Roy Boyce. You know, it's in all of the teas that we get. And so that's it. And it has, you know, it says you can add it to smoothies, stir into pancake, waffle, or muffin batters. And it has, you know, ice pops, put it into cream cheese, roll it in toasted coconut or with chopped nuts. So there's a lot of different ideas. And of course, then, you know, you can go to Pinterest or to your consultant's website and find out other things that you can do with it. So this has been one of our favorites. The cheesecake, it's a diet plan-ish. It's called Epic Life, so it's kind of a diet plan. But the cheesecake's on the diet plan. It's phenomenal, and it's made in the microwave. Who knew you could make cheesecake in the microwave? But the microwave comes into play a lot when you want your dinner from start to finish on the table in 30 minutes. So the cheesecake was, let me see if I can remember, it had just a little bit of graham crackers, because, you know, it's low cal, and a little bit of butter on the bottom, and then it was cream cheese. There was no sugar, just the sugar that was in this. And like I said, I've made the double recipe, and you can see how much, because the stuff's jam-packed in these jars. This, an egg, and I think that was it. The recipe is in the diet. And then you microwaved it for 5 minutes, and you had cheesecake. You let it sit and cool for a little bit. It was fabulous. It's so super easy, because, you know, you have somebody call and say they're coming over, and you can whip up a cheesecake, and it's not even fattening. So then one of the other things, they have a lot of stuff that you know, that we know and love, but they've just made it a lot healthier. Like, how many of you cook with this all the time? And so this, and, you know, I like salt. There's nobody in our house that's watching their sodium. So, you know, for us, some of the products, you know, we add a little bit more salt to, because we're not watching salt. But then when you look at the actual sodium in some of these things, I pulled this up online, the ingredients on our lovely Lipton onion soup mix, which I like some salt. I like the onion flavor, and I had this in my pantry. So the ingredients are onion, salt, cornstarch, onion powder, sugar, soy sauce, which is more salt, some caramel color, some more salt, which is maltodextrin, corn syrup, yeast extract, which is salty, some kind of high, a lot of times you can't say these things, high something sunflower oil, disodium something, which is salt, disodium something else that I can't read, which is more salt, and may contain milk. So those are the ingredients. And then if you see the sodium content, I don't know if my phone will get it, 610 milligrams of salt. 610 milligrams of salt. That's a lot of salt. It's 25% of your day's recommended salt in your little serving of this. And, you know, there's a lot of recipes where we dump a whole packet or two on top of our meat when you're making this. You know, when you do your light potatoes and you dump that, and then, you know, Americans, sometimes they put more salt on it. So this is our Epicure, and this is my little sample packet. But it comes in a jar. This is just what I have for my parties. The ingredients, onions, scallions, herbs, and chives. No salt. And it tastes fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. And you may have seen, my daughter and I went live one day on Facebook. We just mixed it in with some unsweet Greek yogurt. And it was delicious. So we had it with pretzel chips. It would be fabulous on like baked potatoes for lunch. And if you do it with Greek yogurt, then it's super low cal. And it tastes wonderful. This says uses a seasoning for omelets, soups, and sandwiches. No need to chop onions. Simply add to your favorite recipes. So there are a lot of different recipes for this 3-onion dip mix. But if you are watching your sodium, just switch this out. You can still get all the flavor and none of the salt. So that's the 3-onion dip mix. So there's a lot of these products that happens to. Then, if you're a mom and you're trying to give your kids some healthy options, which, you know, who isn't? We all love some Jell-O pudding. It takes us right back to, especially when you were sick and you got to stay home from school and you got some pudding or some Jell-O. So the ingredients on this, again, sodium count, 430 milligrams of salt, which is 20% of your day's recommended salt in your Jell-O pudding. And the ingredients in it are sugar, modified cornstarch, cocoa, disodium phosphate, and and then a whole bunch of stuff that I literally cannot read, and I am a good reader. Natural and artificial flavor, tetrasodium, salt, pyrophosphate, salt, artificial color, mono and diglycerides, prevents foaming, red 40, yellow 5, blue 1, and BHA. Whoever knows what BHA is, but you're feeding your kids some BHA. So this is our chocolate pudding, and it is made from organic coconut palm sugar, because you need sugar if you're going to have chocolate pudding, food starch modified, organic cocoa powder, and some sea salt. And for the sodium in it, it's 60 milligrams or 3% of your day's salt. Because, I don't know, I guess when, you know, back when we didn't have salted caramel stuff, you didn't really think about putting salt in your sweet things. But this makes 6 servings, the same as this. So switching this out, and it tastes fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. And the same as there's the summer berry, there's a tutti frutti, but there's also a cocoa crunch. And some of them have like turmeric, some healthy additives to them. So you get a little bit of boost of something healthy. But if you sprinkle the cocoa crunch on top of this, then you also get a little crunchy stuff. It has like some ideas of making Mexican chip pudding, mocha pudding. So that's switching that out. So you can see how they've just taken stuff that we already know and love. And then this one, I've not had this yet. Because we only got a few, you know, we got a lot of stuff in our kit, but I didn't want to use it all up because I wanted to have stuff to show. So, you know, mac and cheese. And I also, on my website, I put Annie's because, you know, I think of it as the healthier option. And, you know, it's my husband and I. So, but who doesn't like some good fast mac and cheese every once in a while? So, you know, we have Annie's, and it wasn't that much healthier than Kraft. Who knew? We were just being fooled. And, you know, my husband's from Australia, where cheese is actually stays white because milk is white. Cheese is not fluorescent orange. And when you go to other countries, Americans are the only ones that think that cheese needs to be fluorescent orange, and that's not the color of milk. That's a special additive to make it bright and pretty for our plates. The sodium in this is 570 milligrams. So again, 30% of your day's recommended salt in this. And in this, it's 330, so 14. So about half the salt. The good thing about this is if you're watching carbs, because the noodles don't come with it, you can go get one of the lower carb noodles, or you can go get some of the veggie noodles, and then you're totally in control of the pasta. Whereas in this, you know, the pasta comes in it. So that's part of where the extra carbs are coming from. But again, the ingredients in this, first we'll take out the macaroni because that's not involved. So the cheese sauce is whey, milk fat, salt, and then a sodium triphosphate, which is salt, and then citric acid, lactic acid, sodium phosphate, which is salt, calcium phosphate, probably salt, paprika, turmeric, annatto, I don't know what that color, oh, that's added for color. There's our American orange. We had kids come stay with us from Australia, little kids, when we first moved back here, and we had tacos, and we had the shredded cheese, and they're all like, "You put carrots on your tacos?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's cheese." They thought I shredded because, you know, everywhere else cheese is white. Added for color, and then enzymes and cheese culture. So the ingredients in this is cheddar cheese, pasteurized milk, cheese culture, whey, buttermilk solids, sodium phosphate, whey, mustard flour, and onion. So switch it out, make a healthy choice. I will tell you that our favorite thing, we've had several favorite things. The nacho cheese, it's not the most diet thing. It's one of my favorites because, you know, nacho cheese that's melty with cream cheese and hot and some corn chips, I could do that for days. I have loved that. But the fettuccine Alfredo, here, I will show you the meal kits. I have loved the fettuccine Alfredo because I make a killer fettuccine Alfredo, and I will call it, not only is it killer in taste, but probably if you had it all the time, it could kill you because I know it's not the healthiest thing. We don't have it very often. It takes a while to make because I make it from scratch. It's fabulously delicious. You know, all that butter, eggs, and full whipping cream. How could it not be? But the fettuccine Alfredo stuff in here It is not as delicious as mine, so I'm not going to say that it's as delicious as mine, but it's a pretty close match, and it just takes 5 minutes to whip together with some milk. So, you know, if you get the really good made in Italy fettuccine noodles and then you put this on there in 5 minutes, it's a pretty close second. And, you know, we grate some real shredded Parmesan on top of it. So it's not, doesn't take as long, and it's not nearly as fattening. This has 140 milligrams of sodium and only 5 milligrams of cholesterol. So again, if you're watching your cholesterol, and it only has 3 grams of carbs. So if you're watching cholesterol, you're watching carbs, then you can control the noodles that go into it and still make it a healthy meal. So this is how the meal kits come. This one has some of the Alfredo missing. I've not used the marinara sauce yet, but when you get the meal kits, they come with these options. They come with recipe cards. They will tell you, I will tell you, you can go on the Epicure website. They give you ideas. So this makes some dressing, or it has like balsamic green beans and tomatoes on here. It makes, I have made the dressing. The dressing is really good. This makes marinara sauce. If you add a can of tomatoes, and I have not made it, but my girlfriends have, and they love it. And then this makes the Alfredo. So this is what comes in the Italian kit. I will tell you, you can make lasagna start to finish in less than a half an hour for your family because you make it in the microwave. Who knew? Not me. Again, cheesecake lasagna, and I've not done it, but my friends have, and they swear by it. So we've just not done it because I've not had time, which is funny that I don't even have time for a 30-minute meal, partly because when you're super busy and it's summertime, you go to, you know, your BLTs and corn on the cob, which is one of our standard summer meals. But next week, when I don't have all of my other things going on, I will be making the lasagna, and I may film it for you. So there you go. You'll get to watch us make it for the first time. So this is how the Italian kit comes. There's a bunch of different meal kits. Let me show you another one. This is the Greek. Love, love, love the Greek because I love Greek food. So here's, this one still has the recipe cards in it. So you get a spinach, it's called dip mix, a lemon dilly dip mix, a souvlaki seasoning, and then a Greek dressing mix. And then you get recipe cards for the frittata, a salad, a lemon dilly salmon and beans, and a lemon dilly chicken and vegetables. And then there is the chicken souvlaki must be downstairs with the tzatziki sauce because that's the one that we've made a couple of times. This makes a really good, you can do a hot or cold spinach dip. You can stir it, again, like stir it into stuff. It has a hot dip, add it to your rice, make a dip with it. Sorry, my throat's scratchy. But this you just sprinkle on your chicken and you steam it, and then you make a tzatziki sauce with the lemon dilly and put it in some, we use the whole wheat wraps, and it is fabulous. And right now with fresh Indiana tomatoes, it makes a great souvlaki. So again, this is how the meal kits come, and there's so much in these that you'll make a ton of meals. It has like how long it takes to cook, how much it costs about per serving, and these are in Canadian dollars because, you know, it's a Canadian company. And what's the other one I have? There's an Asian one and a hamburger one, like a burger one. There's one more, but I don't have it, so I don't know. And then this is the Mexican one, and this is like the one that a lot of people like to start with, so you can kind of learn the method of cooking. It has the pico, the nacho cheese, which is my favorite, the guacamole, and the fajitas. So, and then it comes with all of the different recipe cards. And you can see, I think I've posted a lot of these recipe cards over on my Facebook, so you can go look at them. But like with this meal plan, you come in, you cut up your chicken, you cut up your peppers, you sprinkle the fajita seasoning on it, you get those going in the microwave, you cut up some tomatoes, you sprinkle the pico on them, then you smash your avocados. This calls for way more seasoning than I think you need, but then you put a little bit of this on your avocados. You go over, you get your chocolate pudding going, you stick that in the fridge, then your chicken's done, because it takes about 6 minutes in the microwave with the chicken and the stuff. So you have about 6 minutes to get these other things going. You get that done. My daughter has done rice in the bottom of hers because she likes to have rice with her fajitas. So she puts the rice on the bottom of her steamer. The steamer is fabulous, must have. That's how you do the lasagna. It's how you do the cheesecake. We've also, another reason that we have not been eating a lot of this way is in the summer we have corn on the cob nearly every night because Indiana corn. The steamer does the corn perfectly. 2 ears of corn, 5 minutes with about a tablespoon of water. There's no water dripping on your plate, and it steams the corn perfectly every single time. So, but you can do 2 things at once. I'm ordering another steamer with my first order because I need 2 of those things so I can do 2 things at once. But 30 minutes, not even 30 really with this one, 20 minutes and your meal is done. And then you have your nacho cheese saved over here for the weekends or for your upcoming Colts parties. And with it, you stir in, like this one's not necessarily on the diet plan. It is 3 tablespoons of the dip mix, sour cream, cream cheese, and grated cheddar. And you put that puppy in the microwave or the oven. And then you serve it with some corn chips. And it's just like heaven in a little cup because that's my jam. So that is the Mexican kit. And then I'll just show you real quick, if you are trying to lose weight or you're trying to just rethink the way that you eat and you're trying to learn some healthy habits, then they have the Epic Life eating plan. And with this, you can buy the book, you can buy a whole, well, here, I'll show you. It's called... And you can see all the delicious recipes that come just in the catalog. I don't like watermelon, so this does not appeal to me, but all of my friends that like watermelon think that looks delicious. Here's all the dressings. If you're a meat eater, here's some salmon and some piri. I've ordered the O Canada. Here's some grilled things. And you can go over to my, I'll link my website down below because you can see the catalog online. But I was going to show you that there's a lot of, if you work and you need to take your lunch to work, there's lots of ideas for when you make your meal from one of these and then you have leftovers, ways to pack it up. So here you have the easy fajitas for dinner. And then you use your leftovers to make a chicken fajita nourish bowl. And you can take that to work with you as leftovers. Or you could have it for your dinner. Here you have your easy souvlaki, which is what I've told you I've not done. Apparently this is the Canadian way to have souvlaki. I've gone the Australian way. Yes, that's how we like souvlaki. I have not put peppers in mine. We just cook the chicken and then we have ours with tomatoes and onions because that's the Aussie way to have a souvlaki. But then you have a souvlaki salad with pita chips for your leftovers. So they're good about telling you how to use your leftovers. But if you're going to do, I guess I went too far that way. So here's the Epic Life collection. So if you're going to do the eating plan that's in this book, you can buy all of the spices in one kit, everything that you're going to need to make the recipes that are in here. So this is like an eating plan, and it has exactly everything that you need. It has your shopping list. You can buy a little notebook that goes with it where you can jot down what you like. If you're counting calories, counting sodium, counting carbs, you can like figure out if the recipes work exactly as is for you. It comes with measuring spoons, so you can measure your veggies, your proteins, your carbs, and your fats for each meal. And then, once you get going with it, I think you start to learn then how to eat. You're reteaching yourself kind of how to have a healthy plate. So it has 4 weeks of menus in here, but then it has little charts where you kind of make up your own meals once you kind of figure this all out. So here's like day 4, day 5, day 6. And if you don't like something, you can swap it around because it does have alternative suggestions. Like I said, I don't do watermelon, so if it had watermelon, I would skip it. But, you can see the dessert. Like, here's some dessert. Every day has a dessert. It also has some drinks. It has some party foods because who's going to go a month? So here's your meal plan at a glance. We're into week 3, some different menus. And then back here is all of the recipes that you would need. And then if you do the Epic Life Challenge, if you get the book and you get the spices, there's a Facebook support group where you can join that and you sign up for the Epic Life Challenge. Here's where you build your own soup. So you pick your base, your protein, your veggies, your complex carbs, and then your healthy fats. So you build your own soup to go in it. So it's a great, I've heard when I went to Michigan before I did this, I met some girls from Canada who've been doing it for a while, and some who have done this with great success and lost quite a lot of weight, and others who have just like lowered their healthy numbers, so they're living a healthier lifestyle. So that's in there. So all of this is on my Facebook page. I will have links for you to go look at. I will tell you I'm putting an order in on Sunday, and I will have the link down below. Everybody who orders or wants to sign up to do a Facebook party, I'm not going to do live shows. If you would like a live show and you're in the Indianapolis area, a cooking show, they don't last long because, again, whole meals start to finish, 30 minutes. My daughter will do those. She also sells this, so if you want a live show, I would be glad to send you her information. I will do them on Facebook. I just don't have time to do any evening events. If you want to do a daytime event, I could probably fit you in. But right now, if you would like to book a Facebook one, or if you place any order on my website before Sunday, everybody who does those things will go into a drawing to win one of these full-size items. I'll be giving these away to everybody that participates. So if you have any questions, you can go over and follow me on Facebook. Again, it's Cheri's Kitchen, and I will put the link over there unless you're watching this on Facebook, because it'll be on both places. So I'm really looking forward to getting my first order. I have this giant long list of other things I want to try, and now that I can order stuff, looking forward to actually using some more of this. Like, we put this on the yogurt. My husband's like, is that all I get? Well, yeah, because I don't want to use it up. But now we can actually use stuff up. So I wish you could smell, because this smells fabulous. So if you have any questions, let me know. I would be glad to share what I do know. I'm still learning. I feel I'm on the opposite end of a direct sales spectrum, because I know everything about my other company, and now I know what it feels like to be on the other side and know nothing. So, like, how to put in an order, how the shipping exactly works. There's a lot of stuff I don't know. I don't even really know how we get paid. So I'm like on the other end of the spectrum now, so it's kind of good to have the other side of a sales experience. If you are interested in selling it as well, you can ask me, and I would be happy to fill you in on that. So everybody have a great day, and go eat something yummy. Bye.